Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Freedom Guard Comics. Over the past 8 years, me and a friend of mine have been writing a comic book world. We've made up about 60 different superheroes and about 45 bad guys for them to fight. Some of the heroes have more bad guys than the other ones, because the heroes work better with the individual bad guys that we made. About a month ago, yesterday, my artist passed away, and he was the friend that I was making the reality with. So I decided to sit down, knuckle down, and write the comic book reality, put all the stuff that we had worked together on and around all into one story. Then I realized that I had way too many superheroes for a comic book, especially since nobody knows who they are. So I wrote little stories introducing them, from what John Malin said, and also another guy on Twitter said, Sweetcast, said that most comic book pages run between 4 and 6 pages. So this would give me a rough outline between 11 and 13 pages per story. So what I was thinking was taking 4 or 5 of these short stories, introductory stories to my characters, and putting them together as a graphic novel, tying them a little bit better into a cohesive story. So I have 16 of them, so that would make 4 graphic novels over a period of time. But I have no artist. Like I said, my artist did pass away. So I have to figure out how to get an artist that will be true to the characters that I developed and bring his own flavor and feel to the story without making him feel like he just has his nose to the grindstone, or her nose to the grindstone. So I have been trying to figure out how to get my story and my friend's story across with having the characters true to who and what they are. This has been kind of hard because uh, our story was going to be set in stone, and now that he has passed away, these set in stone characters are going to have a little bit of leeway because, the new artist will not see the universe exactly the way I do. So there's going to have to be some leeway in how everything's going on and how everything evolves, and how he brings his artistic flair to the comic book reality. So I have been not over exaggerating my script. I have not been over descriptive on stuff, so the artist could bring his own flair to what is going on in the comic book. This also means that I'm going to have to interact with the artist a lot to get the feel of each character across. There's 42 of them that I'm using through 16 comic books because I really wanted to do a huge team up graphic novel. But a huge team up graphic novel is very hard to do when nobody knows the team. I didn't want to waste, 44 pages of an 88-page graphic novel explaining everybody's background. I wanted to get right into the huge fight, the consequences, why this person means so much to everybody else. Um, when somebody gets hurt, I want the reader to have some emotional stakes in what they're reading. So I introduced all of the characters and short stories. I loosely tied them all together in a cohesive narrative that ran through all of them leading up to the very last one, which is leading into the graphic novel. The graphic novel is going to be an 88-page, pretty much just slugfest. Um, so that's about the story. Um, Now, I'm starting a web page or a YouTube channel because everybody, and I mean literally everybody, tells you that you have to have some type of fan base. And right now, I have a fan base of my brother and my mom and a couple people that I know. So without having a fan base online, I'm going to be able to sell like 5 comic books right off the bat. Sweetcast, this awesome gentleman that does very awesome videos online. If you're not subscribed to him, I would subscribe to him if I were you. He got almost fully funded in his first 24 hours. Wait, I actually think he did get fully funded in his first 24 hours. Because his fans backed him. And right now I have no fans. So I need to get fans, and I need to make a product for what my fans are wanting. Right now I have a story. I want to tell this story to the fans. But as I go, if my fans don't like my story that I'm trying to get across, I'm going to have to change my comic book to what my fans want. And I am putting that out there. Or I'm going to write different comic books for the different style of fans that I have. I'm very good at making new characters. I am very good at telling a plot. My friends that have been hanging with me since the 80s when I started handwriting short stories, started in high school back in 88, they have all really liked my crazy imagination, the chaotic flow of my comic books and my stories. I have never been published on anything. I have wrote about 9 novels in my life. Never published any of them. Never had the inkling to. I write them for my friends. I have given them out. They have been read. I've never published any of them. A lot of my friends have always told me that I should, get published. This is my chance. This is me putting my foot through that door. I've never really truly ever wanted to be a novelist, even though I've written lots and lots of novels. I never wanted to be that guy. I feel that my dyslexia makes it very hard for me to get my rote story across, and thanks to spell checkers and grammar checks and stuff like that online, I have gotten a lot better at getting my point across because I can spell correct and it tells me where to put in my punctuations and stuff. 10 years ago I was the man that did the 400-word sentence. So I have gotten a lot better at my punctuations, and my spelling has massively improved over probably the course of the last 20 years. I used to be an artist. Used to do comic books, like I said, back in the 80s, 88 to about 90. I dislocated my index finger and my middle finger on my right hand, and I broke my middle finger in football all at the same time. And ever since then it's been very hard for me to draw. I've gotten full mobility back in my hand. It took me about 9 years to do that, and most artists will tell you if you do not draw all the time, you will slowly lose the ability to draw. So I'm going to actually start picking it up with pencil again. Hopefully I can get good enough at pencil that I can get my character's appearance across to an artist and says, this is how I sort of want them to look like. and then he can bring them to life for the readers and the fans. I'm going to have to go here in a second because I found out that YouTube likes 10 to 14 minute long videos, and I'm at 10 minutes right now. If you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe button, and remember to hit the bell for notifications, because YouTube has been neglecting to notify people. It's been all over to all the channels that I go and watch. So hopefully you have a nice day, and thank you for watching.